Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, whatever time it is, whatever day you're watching. It's really good to have you here. This is Gwen Lepard, and we're shifting the name a little bit of How Do I Love Myself Today to ask, How do I love myself today? Since this is about you as much as it is about me, and I want to I choose to include you. I'm making all this public now, so it's definitely a thing, and we have some lovely planes flying over, and being out here on the point, that happens, and so I just go with it. DL, I'm so glad to see you. Would you like to come on camera? It would be really awesome to share some of this stuff with you that's going on, and the realizations from what happened this morning when I opened up my angel numbers, which I haven't done in a long time, and just Janine's Janine's talk about worth yesterday. That boy, it rippled through me big time. So let's go ahead and add you. Yay! I should have started on horizontal because you're going to be up in the corner. Hey,
how are you?
Awesome. I'm just going through shift after shift. You know, it's like I'm more me. It seems I'm more me every day, and
Nice.
and I know this process of self-love has been a huge part of it. This journey that
Nice.
looking for reasons to love myself, and talking with Janine yesterday. Jean Macklin was she's a new master. Met her in
Nice.
Orange County, and she speaks so eloquently, and what she brought about how we determine our value, because that's always a really big thing for us as entrepreneurs. I mean, how do we value ourselves? And though we went into the monetary part a bit, it was the part that really resonated was that this is why you should pay me for what I do, because I've paid in tears, in years, in experience, in walking the walk, in doing the work, in buying the programs myself to add value to myself, and then bring that value to others.
Right.
And it was really interesting, because I was looking at my packages that I'd done as a pilot program, and I think I only have one spot left at that price of $2,500 for the 90-day program. And it was like, and when I started, that seemed like so much to ask, and there were people that are saying, oh, that's so much, and now it seems like so little for what I bring and what I've paid to bring what I bring.
That's right.
And then I, over the weekend, I had a client have an emergency and needed
tell me about it.
Yeah, she needed a one-on-one with her husband, and being able to say, my rates, here's what it costs, and boom, here's the invoice, I get paid. It was like, yes. And the response was, we feel so much better, and what you brought to us was so valuable. It was invaluable, that and how it helped their relationship. So that was,
you can't put, here's the thing. You can't put a price tag. This is what I've always said. You can't put a price tag on your health, and you can't put a price tag on your happiness. I tell people, go to the cheapest, I don't know. Honestly, I buy most of my clothes at thrift stores. I don't spend money on clothes. But when it comes to my health, and when it comes to my care, and when it comes to my sanity, and when it comes to my business and profession and education, I'll spend thousands in travel.
Yes.
That's where I spend my money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so it's just what's the value to you? Veronica, I want to say hi to Veronica. We're going to talk later about you being a guest. Normally, I don't do it like this. I was just going to do it alone, and usually we're a split screen. But I saw DL there, and I love DL, and she always brings good value. So I just had her join me since she gave her consent.
One other
Yes.
thing, you know, going along the lines of that, I actually just came back from test driving a Tesla.
Ooh,
And let me
love
tell you,
Teslas.
I have no idea why anybody would drive a different car.
Yeah.
Because what was so interesting to me, and I think that we can use this in our business also, is explain why we're different. Because that was the thing, and again, I'm more logical type of person. You know, you appeal to my sensibilities, and then also obviously the you know, the conservation on the environment and feeling good about what you're doing. Can you hear me? Hello? All right, I don't know if you can still hear me or not, but that was really what made
A little bit.
sense to me. And
Yeah. Yes.
you know, I was just thinking
Yes.
about that
I
with
can
our
hear you.
business as well. Yeah, good, good. Yeah, no, it's an amazing experience. It's an amazing car. Holy cow. Yeah.
Yes, and I was talking with my sister yesterday because my niece wants one, and I said, "Well, but what's the towing capacity for an electric car?" Well, recently Tesla has towed a like a plane. You know, like I don't have the details on
Yeah,
that, but it was like their
it's
towing
pretty
capacity is
crazy.
way more than the boat that she would want to tow because she's a sailor and teaches sailing. So yeah, so
And you know what's
if you're
interesting
powering
also?
it with solar power, pardon, what's that?
Oh no, because you know what's
There.
interesting also is that their okay, their SUV is weighs 6,000 pounds, so you can actually depreciate it on your taxes as well as a piece of equipment for your
Ooh,
business. Yeah.
nice.
So
Okay, so
yeah, again,
when are we going to be driving your
appealing to my
Tesla?
sensibilities. Well, I'm not back in Florida till mid-August. Maybe in the fall or in the winter. Yeah,
Do a road
it's
trip across the country and meet me
yeah,
in San Diego in September.
yeah. It won't cost a lot of money, just time for sure. But yeah, and that's the other thing. You
I
plan your
never
road
write
trip. It tells you where to
whatever we're going to
stop,
talk about
adjust to
on this.
it. Yeah, you never
Yep.
know.
Yeah,
You
I never
never know.
know. And
Well, now I can focus on the feeling of it.
ooh, I feel that it feels really exciting. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing your SUV. So let's see, that's the X, I think. Pulling up
Yeah,
into my
I don't
driveway.
want
And,
the SUV. Yeah, I think I'd probably go with the sedan is more me. Not an SUV kind of gal.
okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, and the guy actually that I met was like the nicest salesman. He's from the factory in San Jose. He just moved to Florida 8 weeks ago, and
Oh my.
he knows Elon Musk. So we were talking about Elon Musk because remember, and I was talking about
Wow.
the whole Mars thing and the conversation that we had, and it was really fascinating. Apparently, he's very hands-on. He's there every Wednesday. Like
Wow.
super, yeah. I just like I said, when it's organizations that I like what they're doing, it's
Yes.
similar with the WLA. They run a business the way I would. And I think that
Yeah,
was one of the things
hands-on
that really
and fun.
appealed to me as well. So it's
I
more than just the product. Hello. I don't know if that's you. And I hate to like go off and try to get my set. I should be connected to my Wi-Fi. I don't know. I can't hear you. Uh,
okay, well it popped. It's probably where I'm at. The planes are interrupting.
yeah, I don't know
No,
if I could
actually,
go on my settings and be closer to or stand closer to my box. But now you're better. Now I see you and hear you. Yeah.
yeah.
Let me just
I think it
stand.
was me, actually.
Oh, okay, good. So, yeah, anyway,
Yeah,
but
I think it was,
one other,
and I wanted to say hi to Julie because Julie just joined us too. Julie Hatch just joined us.
hey,
Yay.
hey. But one other
Okay.
thing,
So I wanted to
mhm.
oh, okay, go ahead.
No, I
Go
was just
ahead.
going to share another victory. You and I
Oh,
spoke
yes.
last night about, the stuff going on with my family and, not accepting responsibility without authority. And as it turns
Right.
out, there is now yet more drama. My grandmother is now hospitalized and out of hospice that she signed into the other day. And there's all this drama going up north, and I am okay.
I'm really glad to
And
hear that.
yeah, it's huge because I would
Yeah.
be, apparently my mom's a basket case, but I'm just letting them work it out because there's nothing I can do about it because I don't have the authority.
Right.
I have my opinion, but I haven't been asked it, so I'm just not going to offer it.
That is a really big shift in responsibility and how you deal with family drama and illness and other care, caring
Yeah,
for others. I'm really really glad that you brought that to my attention. That it's not your responsibility if you don't have the authority.
right.
That's really huge.
Yeah,
I was reading a post from a Facebook friend earlier today, and she was talking about how she's always asking, how can I help this person, and what can I do for them, and how can I make their life better, and is working on bringing it into herself, and how difficult it is for her to say, how can I, make myself feel better, and
right.
so that's one reason why I'm doing the ask, how do you love yourself today, and I've added the ask to it since it's not just about me. It's
Mhm.
ask yourself,
Right.
ask, how do I love myself today, and I realized in the conversation I was having with Janine Macklin yesterday was that, it's all that doing, 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 because we find our value in what we do and how we're perceived and the projects and the money that we make from what we do, rather
Mm-hmm.
than what we've lived, experienced, loved, the tears
Right.
we've shed, the
Right.
leaps that we've made in consciousness and how we've supported those in our lives. And so this is it's just a shift in asking, so ask, how do I love myself today, even though um, the do may be an action, but it also
Mm-hmm.
can be a being, and allowing
Right.
yourself, and the reason why I use do instead of can, or how am I loving myself today, though I kind of like the how am I loving myself today.
Mm-hmm. It's
um,
more action.
Yes. Well, and the do it was for me. It wasn't, because the ask is now the action rather than how do I love myself today, putting
Right.
myself in responsibility and action for myself and loving myself. Maggie has joined us.
Yeah,
Yay.
I
Really
see
great to see you,
her. I
Maggie.
was just waving. Hey, Maggie.
Yes. Yay, Maggie. Um, so actually when I went ahead and started this today, I haven't looked in my angel numbers book for a long time, and I thought, well, today is day 136 of 365 days of how do I love myself today? Ask, how do I love myself today? And so I thought, well, I want to see what 136 is.
Oh.
And it talks about the ascended masters and the goddesses are ensuring that your needs are continuously met. And typically I don't see goddesses in this particular book. And it
Mm,
says, you help you help with this manifestation by keeping your thoughts attuned to the positive, which of course is what we've been working on, is staying attuned to the positive. But then I went to yesterday's, which just blew me away, because here I'm connecting with Janine and allowing myself to really feel into my feminine tribe and working with
mhm,
feminine leaders. And it's a significant healing with feminine relationships is a welcome blessing, which is brought
mhm,
about by the positive thoughts and affirmations you've been working with lately. Keep affirming the goodness within yourself, your mother, and other important females in your life to heal and open you even more. And
mhm.
it was just like, whoa, that was it was so apropos to yesterday and Mother's
Yeah.
Day, just having come and gone, and so many people being stirred up. It's like so many people are having gloomy days right now, and
Mhm.
some people were saying, "Oh, it's because we're in." You may notice the sky is not blue. we're
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
we're in our May gray right now,
Yeah.
and later the sun will probably shine. And it's shining up there. It certainly is. I'm sure once the planes break through the marine layer, they're, getting plenty of sunshine. And it's not just here in San Diego. I mean, for the last
Right.
at least week, my clients have been needing more support. People are really triggered by what's happening um, in their emotions. Things are happening,
Mm-hmm.
and there's probably somebody that has some explanation astrologically or
Yes, Uranus is
in the
going,
collective
just went
consciousness.
into Taurus for the first time in 84 years, I believe it is. So yeah,
That's
I
true. I
heard
saw that. I actually had a friend send me that information. It was
with a
really
new moon,
powerful.
no less. With a new moon.
Right.
So
Yes. I do
big
remember
time
seeing
here.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a big shift is happening for us here on the planet and moving
Mhm.
into the more feminine
Right.
um, paradigm. And, it's time for women to stand up and value themselves and recognizing that value in ourselves and in our relationships. And I'm so grateful for all of the fabulous relationships that have come into my life
Mm-hmm.
through WLA, through the master's program, through you and like yourself, and through Facebook as well. I mean, I'm not even quite sure how I know Veronica. Paris, we have a number of friends in common, and she asked to be a friend. I checked um, out her wall, and she did this
Yeah.
amazing video yesterday or a couple of days ago, and I'm like, oh wow, it'd be great to know you better and have you as a guest. And like I said, it typically isn't like this. This was more my ad hoc
Right.
um, day. Usually, when I have a guest, I'm in a more professional setting. And one of the things that was like so powerful for me, and I'm seeing this a lot in people saying, people online and especially on Facebook, and especially professional people and entrepreneurs, are only putting themselves out there when they feel good. And here's the good things
Mm-hmm.
about my life, and I look good, and I've got the
Right.
fancy
Yeah.
car, and my life is going great. And it's not reality.
No.
It is absolutely not reality. I mean, that's a reality part of the time, absolutely. And part
Mm-hmm.
of the time they're hurting and they're struggling. And
Right.
like Sunday, I sat in front of the mirror and said, I love you after dancing. And in the midst of all these people joyously dancing around me, when usually dance brings me so much joy, it took me deep into my soul to where I had abandoned myself
Mm-hmm.
and where I had betrayed that part of myself that so needs to move and connect deeply. And I was exploring a different part of myself. However, that part had gotten left behind and is so important to how I relate in the world and how I am well in myself.
Right.
So I made the commitment to be back into that, and
Yeah, and
I was
a
dancing
couple
the
of
whole piece
things I
yesterday. Go
really
ahead.
wanted to touch on with what you were saying about femininity and betraying ourselves. And I think it's
Oh,
because of the
hello.
roles that have
Go ahead.
been
Go on,
designed
guys.
for
I'll
us
be there
in
in a minute.
society, and not, and again, pressures, like for me, pressures from my mother, pressures
Oh
from
yeah.
thinking of how I needed to be a good mother. We talked about all of that holding me back in my business, really. And there was a quote by Gloria Steinem that I thought of recently, the ultimate feminist. And she
Yes.
said that, now she's 80 and still going strong. And she was asked, what would she tell her younger self? And she said, I would do more of the things that I was uniquely qualified for and less of the
Yeah.
things that I was not. So, you know what? If cooking is not your thing, if cleaning is not your thing, focus on the things that that make you unique and uniquely qualified for, and focus on those. And
Yep.
that was so profound to me and so difficult to hear, because again, I was not put on this earth to care for my aging parents. There were other people who could shower my mother, but there's no one else out there who can treat a foot like I can. So, I should be
Yep.
there doing the things that make me unique and special and can offer the world, because then that person becomes better and more, again, it empowers you pay it forward when you give your gifts and you give them
Yeah.
lovingly and you give them with gratitude and that kind of thing. But then if you're going ahead and caring for somebody with resentment, it doesn't help
Oh,
anyone.
it's bad.
And that's what my
It
dad's
doesn't
been
help
doing
anyone.
for years. And it's not, it hasn't, if
Oh,
anything, it's hurt his relationship with his mother. Not helped it.
yeah.
He might feel
Yeah.
good that he's playing the role, but he doesn't feel good any other way, and nor does she.
Yeah, that's really sad. And roles are one of the things that we could talk about. I'm going to have to wrap up. I have an appointment, but
Yeah.
I so appreciate you hopping on and adding your value and your words. And Veronica, great to have you watching. I'll look forward to talking with you later today, and we'll and you see if you feel like you're a fit for the ask how do I love myself today?
There you go.
And yeah, we'll go from here. And I look forward to you being on again, DL.
Of course.
Always appreciate you
From Fiji.
bringing in your
You and
wisdom.
me from Fiji.
We're going to do from Fiji, absolutely. All right. You
All
take
right.
care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Maggie.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining. I appreciate you, Julie and Maggie and DL and Veronica and anybody that watches later. Jake, I see you joined in as well. Oh my gosh, a bunch of people. Oh, Maggie wrote a lot of things. Hey, didn't see those rolling up. So ask yourself today, how do I love myself today? Find something special about you and honor that today. And just nothing else, put your hand on your heart and take a deep breath and be with yourself, just even for the time it takes to breathe in one deep breath.
Yep. Sounds good.
Love you.
Love you. Bye, guys.
Take care.